Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and in this video, Bitcoin is finally getting the bounce that we've all been waiting for. And this coincides with Bitcoin reaching oversold areas on the RSI on the 4-hour and the 2-hour charts. In my last video on the channel, I actually spoke about Bitcoin reaching these oversold areas, and I said that Bitcoin will most likely reach its bottom soon. And so far, since that bottom of around $45,000 per Bitcoin, Bitcoin is currently up around 12% from that bottom. In just a moment, I'll be giving you my exact Bitcoin price targets in the short term, and I'll be telling you exactly what I think Bitcoin will do next, so make sure you're sticking around for that. Also, if you haven't seen my last video already, by the way, I talked about the real reason why this crash actually happened. So if you haven't seen my last video, I definitely recommend checking it out on the channel. And now later in this video, I will make sure to also include some Ethereum analysis that shows my exact Ethereum price targets in the short term. Ethereum right now is getting a really good bounce off the previous all-time high, which is really bullish for Ethereum. This is great news. And Ethereum from this low is currently up over 20% from the bounce. But yeah, so I'll be telling you all of that in this video, so make sure you're watching this video all the way through so you're not missing out on any of this valuable information. And yeah, if that sounds good to you, then please make sure to just leave a like on the video down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And also don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos on the channel. I put a lot of time and effort into these videos every day for you guys to try and help you make money in crypto. So if you could just spend a couple seconds to click like and subscribe, it seriously helps me out a lot and it helps out the channel so much. But yeah, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight into what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the 4-hour chart. And once again, as I just mentioned, Bitcoin bottomed out down here at around $45,000. And if I just scroll out a little bit on the chart, as you can see here, this was kind of the last low that we had before this massive pump, obviously. And so just drawing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from that low to the all-time high of about 58,000. As you can see here, Bitcoin came perfectly down to the 61.8% Fibonacci level. And by the way, the 61.8% Fibonacci level up to the 65% Fibonacci level is known as the golden pocket. In this area on the Fibonacci retracement tool is the most important area for Bitcoin. It acts as like a magnet for the Bitcoin price. And this is great news for Bitcoin because obviously we've had this correction, but we've gotten this massive support from this Fibonacci level down here. And once again, this Fibonacci level is coming in at this bottom down here, and that's about $45,000 per Bitcoin. So honestly, there's actually a good chance that this is the bottom for this correction. If Bitcoin happens to break below that low, which once again, in my opinion, is not too likely, but in a full bearish scenario, would most likely head back down to the next Fibonacci level, which is the 78.6% Fibonacci level, and that's coming in at around $42,000. But what normally happens throughout these corrections is at the beginning of these corrections, obviously we see the harshest crash at the beginning of the correction, and then what normally happens is the price just kind of ranges in these areas as we begin to recover up to a new all-time high. As of recording this video, Bitcoin's currently just above $50,000. This white line that I've got on the chart is the $50,000 level. And now just from experiencing these type of corrections time and time again for years now in crypto, honestly, I would expect the price to dip back below 50,000 maybe one more time, and then I would be looking for a higher low on the charts. That would probably be the most bullish scenario if we can actually form a higher low in this correction, because that would pretty much confirm in that scenario that this is actually the bottom if we form the next low as a higher low. So yeah, once again, it's important to keep an eye on where the next low actually forms. And honestly, if Bitcoin dips back below 50,000, this could actually be your last time to buy Bitcoin below $50,000 forever. The average correction in Bitcoin during a bull market lasts for around 2 weeks or so, and the longest correction lasts for around 4 weeks. Now, if you zoom out just here, we actually saw kind of a 3 to 4 week correction just back here. Bitcoin fell about 31% to the downside, and it took around 2 to 3 weeks for Bitcoin to reach that bottom. And then from that bottom, it took another week to almost 2 weeks to actually fully recover to reach its all-time high again. So once again, from all-time high and then back to all-time high once again, that was about 1 month. And now, honestly, I don't expect this correction to last for a month, considering the fact that we just saw a 1 month correction only last month. But in that being said, honestly, I would expect around a 2 week 2-week correction for this correction before we recover up to the all-time high. Once again, just going off all of the other corrections that I've seen for many years in crypto, the most likely scenario is Bitcoin just starts to range in this range just here, kind of around the $50,000 area, give or take, and then it will begin to kind of range upwards towards the all-time high. And obviously at the all-time high level, there will be some resistance at that level. And the current all-time high is coming in at around $58,400 US. But honestly, if this recovery goes ahead as expected, my next massive price target towards the upside that's above the all-time high is $60,000 US. I've made $60,000 US a price target of mine for the month of March, just next month, and I've been saying that on this channel for weeks now. And if you don't know why $60,000 is my price target, there's two major reasons why I've set that as a short-term price target for Bitcoin above the all-time high. The first and most obvious reason is just simply the fact that it's a massive psychological resistance level. All of the big round numbers in the Bitcoin price, like the $60,000 level, are significant on their own. And that's just because of human psychology. We see $60,000 and we see that as so much bigger than just 59,000, even though, you know, it's obviously just an extra thousand. But because of just the way that people think and react to the price, this creates a resistance level at $60,000 US, because a lot of people place their sell orders at that level just because it's entered the next big price range. And so yeah, that's the first and most obvious reason why the $60,000 level is my next big price target to the upside. And the second reason why the $60,000 level is important is if I just zoom out on the chart just here, and once again, I draw out the Fibonacci extensions on the charts, just drawing out the Fibonacci extensions from the old all-time high of around 42K down at the low in this correction at around 29K. As you can see here, we've got a massive Fibonacci level coming in at around $60,000 US. This Fibonacci level is the 2618 Fibonacci level, as you can see just here. And this once again is the next big Fibonacci level that's currently above the Bitcoin price. And once again, as I just said, this is coming in at pretty much exactly $60,000 US. So because of those two major reasons, that's why $60,000 US is my next major price target. And honestly, I'm expecting Bitcoin to get to that price target in about a month from now, before the end of March. But yeah, so those are kind of my immediate price targets and levels to watch out for. Once again, we've got to watch that low, and we have to pay attention to where Bitcoin forms its next low to determine the short-term trend. And just from experiencing a lot of corrections like this throughout years in crypto, in my opinion, it is likely that Bitcoin forms a higher low on this correction. Just quickly taking a look at the last massive correction that we saw in the Bitcoin chart, this was actually back in March 2020, close to exactly 1 year ago from now. And now this correction was obviously way worse than the current correction. Back in March 2020, Bitcoin fell by about 50% in one single day. We dropped from around $8,000 US down to a low of 3,800, all within pretty much 24 hours. And I can completely remember holding through this correction, and believe me, it was actually difficult to hold through this correction. To see your entire portfolio get cut in half in one day is just insane. But even though we had that extreme correction to the downside, Bitcoin, as it always does, recovered from that correction once again, as always. And this is kind of the recovery that I'll be expecting over the next few weeks, where Bitcoin kind of just ranges in these areas but actually trends to the upside, and then eventually will basically fully recover from this correction within the next few weeks. Going back to the present day, as you can see here, once again, we've already seen the initial bounce of this bottom just here, and I once again would be expecting just a range like this towards the upside. It's important to mention that this is not the only scenario, don't get me wrong. Bitcoin can totally fall lower. I'm just telling you the most likely scenario to try and help you as best as I can. So honestly, I've actually been accumulating a lot of crypto for myself in these lower areas, because honestly, buying at these lower prices at this stage in the bull market is a gift, and you should be taking this opportunity and using this opportunity to your advantage. You want to be buying the low. You don't want to be selling the low and buying the top. You want to be buying the low. So to everyone out there that have been asking for a correction or to buy the dip, here's your chance to buy the dip. Believe me, just give it a month from now. Do not panic sell whatsoever, and you will thank yourself later. And just to quickly give you an update on this market top indicator, I told you I'd keep you guys updated in my last video. And if you don't know what these two lines are, they're essentially just moving averages that so far have predicted predicted every single bull market top. And basically when the orange line just here crosses under the pink line, that's when we have our bull market top. And so far this has not happened, so we're still gonna head higher. And once again, I will continue to keep you guys updated on this exclusive indicator throughout this bull cycle. So obviously make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you're not missing any of these important updates. All right, now just quickly switching over to the Ethereum US dollar chart. We're on the 4-hour chart for Ethereum. And as you can obviously see just here, Ethereum got this incredible bounce from this support level just here. I actually mapped out this support level on the chart in my last video, and I said that there's a good chance that Ethereum will hold this as support because this was actually the previous all-time high for Ethereum. Just quickly zooming out to the daily charts and zooming right out to the last big bull cycle. And as you can see here, this was kind of the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, when everything was topping out in the last bull market. And so yeah, obviously, as you can see here, that's what that yellow line is. That's the top of the last big bull market for Ethereum. And just quickly zooming back into the 4-hour chart, as you can see here, we got a perfect bounce off that level, which is actually really bullish for Ethereum. So far, since actually the bottom of this wick to the current price of Ethereum, Ethereum has bounced about 24% from this recent bottom within one day. So congrats to everyone that actually took this opportunity to buy the dip. I promote buying the dip in literally every single one of my videos. Seriously, if you see any correction like this, we're still in a bull market, so you should be buying the dip. This is not financial advice, like make sure you're doing your own research, but honestly, this is the strategy that I use and it works out so well. Once again, I'm just here to try and help you make money in crypto, and yeah, obviously, as always, if you bought the dip, you would be in profits right now. And this is only just the start of this recovery. This is just the initial bounce. It's only a matter of time before Ethereum's testing back up towards its all-time high, just above 2,000 US dollars. And considering that the current price at the time of recording this video is at around 1,670 US dollars, which is still around 18% below its all-time high. This is actually still some great prices to get into Ethereum if you're holding for the long term. Now, Ethereum, just like Bitcoin, when it formed this bottom, it did reach these extreme oversold areas on the 4-hour RSI. And I was mentioning this in my last video as well. I said that the bottom is pretty close for both Bitcoin and Ethereum because of how oversold they are right now. And yeah, once again, I said that in my last video. And obviously since then, we've seen an epic bounce to the upside. To the downside, I'll simply be keeping an eye on this previous all-time high level. This is coming in at around 1,440 US dollars per Ethereum. And now there's a good chance that Ethereum won't actually go back down to that area. There's a good chance that we now form a higher low somewhere around here. Now it's hard to say exactly where the next low will actually be right now because Ethereum hasn't actually stopped heading up on this bounce. At the time of recording this video, Ethereum's still heading to the upside. But now as for upside targets, there is an immediate short-term resistance level coming in just here. This is coming in at around 1,700 US dollars, and that's simply because of the massive support that we saw back here. And we also saw some big resistance at around this level just back here, as you can see. So this level is pretty significant for Ethereum, and we could see some short-term resistance at this 1,700 US dollar level. But above that level, just drawing out the Fibonacci retracement tool on the chart. Funnily enough, this is also coming in at the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. Once again, coming in at around 1,700 US dollars, and just above that is the famous 61.8% Fibonacci level, and that's coming in at around 1,800 US dollars. So in that kind of price range around there, from around 1,700 to 1,800, we could see some resistance at around that level. So be prepared for Ethereum to actually turn around in around those price ranges just up there. But once again, I will be looking for a higher low on the Ethereum chart somewhere around there. Once again, I can't really tell you the next low for Ethereum because Ethereum once again hasn't even topped out on this bounce. But yeah, so that's all of my price targets for Ethereum, and that's just about all I have to say for this video. I really hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, then please make sure to just leave a like on the video down below. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of my future videos. I seriously appreciate all of the support on the channel recently. You guys are amazing. And yeah, if you have any feedback, questions, or suggestions, suggestions for me, let me know in a comment down below. I try and read and reply to every single one of my comments on these videos, especially while the channel is still kind of a smaller YouTube channel. I can pretty much get back to every single comment at the moment. So if you have anything to say, just let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Just be careful because there can be some scammers down in the comments. So if you get any sort of reply or comment down there that has like a phone number, a Telegram, a WhatsApp, or an email or anything like that, please do not contact anyone from the comment section whatsoever. I try and delete all of those scammer comments as soon as they come in, but they're always coming in and I'm not always online. So just be careful of that down in the comment section. But yeah, with all of that out of the way, that's just about all I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed once again, and I'll see you all in the next video.